Arna from Goldsmith Luxury Hair, and today I have my friend Bracha here, and we're gonna do a live demonstration of the glue down method for a front lace wig. At least we're gonna try because we have two babies here. This is Bracha, and this is her baby. So a couple things that you're gonna need for this, baby not necessary, is got to be glued, which we're not using bolt hold in this video. You might see in some other videos people using bolt hold. You can, it certainly doesn't hurt. But for the sake of this video, we're doing got to be glued, and we're doing a wig cap with a front lace wig. This method will not work if you do not have a front lace wig. So for all my shaitel wearers, if your wig isn't a front lace, don't try this at home. The purpose of this method, and it's becoming very popular, is for a variety of reasons. It really helps blend your hairline with a front lace wig, as well as make it look more realistic. You don't have to worry about it falling off, about it moving around. So when you're out, you know, it gives an added reassurance to people not noticing that you're wearing a wig. This method works really well if you happen to have no bio hair. There is no leave out required for this method, so all your hair is going to be under a wig cap. You don't need a wig cap if you do not have any bio hair. If you happen to be going through any, treatments, or if you just naturally don't have bio hair, this method is great for you. You don't need a wig cap. You can go straight to the step where we put got to be glued on the hairline, and you can completely skip over that. But because Bracha does have her own hair, we are going to show a method with a wig cap and a front lace wig. Also to be noted, the wig that we're using in this video, the lace is already cut. I didn't get that on camera, so I'm going to take you through a step-by-step process, and you can try this at home. It's pretty easy, and we'll go through a couple do's and don'ts while we're doing it, okay? All right, good. Okay, so Bracha has her wig cap pulled down, and you can see that it is pulled down pretty far. The reason for this being is that we're going to actually take got to be glued, and we're going to dab it on her hairline, and we're going to establish a couple layers, and when we're done with the got to be glued, we're going to go ahead and cut that wig cap. So all I'm doing is I'm going to take a small amount on my fingertip, and I'm going to dab it across her hairline. And in between the layers, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take a blow dryer on a warm setting, and I'm going to just dry it. And that's going to establish, like I said, a layer that we can cut away the excess wig cap. So all I'm doing is I'm tracing her hairline. I'm using a little bit on my fingertip, not too much, not too little. And it really depends on your preference. You can see me waving my hands around. I'm voicing this over because our babies were screaming in the background. So once I've got it on her hairline, you're going to see me just hit it with a blow dryer, and we're going to do this a couple times off screen until our next clip when we're actually going to cut it away. So all I'm doing is I'm just blow drying it. You'll see I'm feeling it to see if it's dry, if it's tacky, and it will eventually get hard. So I'm going to go ahead, let that dry, and you'll see our next clip, we are actually going to cut away the excess wig cap. Okay, so we have waited until the got to be glued dried, and now we are going to cut away the excess, which you can see me pointing to. And you'll notice it'll be very easy where to cut, because wherever you didn't glue, it's going to kind of just pull away. I know my hand is blocking the camera, and I'm trying not to stab my friend in the face as I'm doing this and talking. So we're just going to cut away, and we're going to slightly peel back, and you'll see, like, it doesn't completely match up to her hairline, but we're going to go back in and we're going to clean that up. I think we ended up doing that off camera just because. But all that excess wig cap, that's all going to come off, and that's all going to come away. And we actually peeled a little bit too much away on the sides, which you'll see in the later video that her hair on the side is sticking out. When you do this at home, you could take your time. You can really measure it up to your own hairline. We were pressed for time and not so smooth. But you see now I took more of it away and matching up closer to her hairline. Really, when you're doing this on your own, I'm going to come on the other side. You can do this as much as you want. And again, just touching up the sides. Her hair is sticking out a little bit on the side. I do realize that. And yeah, okay, we're just patting it down, and we're going to go on to our next video, going into really concealing and blending the hairline. And as you can see, it doesn't look perfect, but that's okay. The end result is going to be perfect. She's pointing out that we need to trim it back a little bit. But again, all these things, minor adjustments, the end result is going to look great. And I'm going to take you to the next end right there. And here I am just peeling it a little bit, trying not to stab her in the face. So I think we touch it up off camera. Okay, so basically now that the wig cap is cut, and yes, I am aware that some of her hair is out on the sides. We were not exactly taking our time 100%. You can pull down your wig cap as much as you want, but we're going to go ahead and take a couple different concealers and we're just going to blend them over the wig cap into her skin. This is going to give it the melting effect that you see in a lot of videos where you cannot tell that they're even wearing a lace. Again, if you don't have any of your bio hair and you're not using a wig cap, this step is completely unnecessary. But it definitely helps to kind of melt and blend the lace so that it is less visible, even though you're not going to be seeing the wig cap. So all you see me doing here is I'm just kind of smearing some concealer and some makeup, and this is to your own preference when you do it. Okay, so really important part, we have cut away the lace as much as possible. No, it is not perfect, and yes, some of her hair is out on the sides. I am well aware. Having two babies under 6 months old is not the most conductive thing for making videos, but we had to get it done. So we have cut away the rest of the wig cap, and all I am doing is I'm adding my final layer of Got to Be Glued, and I'm going to leave this not to dry fully, but to be tacky before I pull the wig up. So we're just tracing her hairline. We have already blended our makeup in. Preferably your wig cap is cut a lot nicer than ours, but you know, I hope this video helps regardless. And we're going to go ahead and let that dry until it's tacky. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of hit it with a blow dryer for a little bit and tap, tap, tap until it is tacky and almost sticky like a glue. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to place her wig. Okay, so we have our wig, the lace is already cut. I have some clips pulling the hair back away from the lace, and we're gonna go ahead and start by pulling the wig from the back to the front. You're gonna see, I kind of sped this video up a little bit because it's a lot of adjusting back and forth. We actually go in, we add some more Got to Be Glued. You know, the reality is this takes practice, it takes adjusting. You'll see a lot of YouTubers and Instagram videos where it's like, oh, it's magic, and the first try we get it, and it's just not the case. You know, you really need practice with this, and all we're doing here is we're using the back end of a rat tail comb to press down, and we actually go ahead and we lift it up a few times to add some more glue on the sides. Kind of boring. I'm just adjusting. I'm gonna have to pull and I'm gonna have to adjust, and I'm certainly not a pro at the glue down method, but I did want to make this video because a lot of people are very insecure about their wig wearing. So here we have me, again, getting some of it on the natural hair, and we're just going to go ahead and adjust, and then the next video we're actually going to just wrap it. You'll see a lot of people use silk wraps. We used a headscarf because that's all I had available, and I'm just pressing and gluing. All right, so let me just start off by saying that this is an optional step, but I feel it's important, and you really need to tie this bandana, do-rag, silk wrap tighter than what it is over here. I think we just kind of quickly threw it on for the demonstration, and so as you can see, I'm like pressing it down. You really want to, when you're wrapping with a scarf after you've glued down your wig, to tie this very tightly because this is what's going to hold down your lace, and it is recommended that you do use a silk scarf or a do-rag, not a loosely tied head wrap as we have here. But I'm just going to throw this in even though it's not perfect because I feel that the demonstration is necessary. Alright, so I understand that this video was not done perfectly and probably the most professionally, but at the end of the day, I wanted to get this video up while I could. And you can see on the side it lifts up just a little bit. You're going to have that if you don't hit it with enough glue and you don't let the glue get dry enough. That's when you're going to get the lift up. Also, you know, if you don't press down your lace enough, that could cause some lift up. For the sake of us kind of demonstrating the process, I hope that you got the gist of it. This is a multi-directional parting unit. She can kind of throw her hair around wherever she wants. You can do an additional step of laying down baby hairs, which you'll see in some other videos, kind of melting the lace even a little bit more, blending it. The baby hairs kind of cover it up, and that would be on the side, but that's a complete preference. I really like this method for people that are very self-conscious about others knowing if they're going to wear a wig. I personally only wear lace front wigs just because how they look realistic. But if you have any comments, drop them down below, or you can message me. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I really appreciate you guys watching and taking the time.